All right, so in this video, we're going to be going over the key time that you need to keep an eye on for intraday market structure shifts. We went over this briefly before, but I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into it into this one. We're going to take this GBP JPY from Friday. Daily market structure, we can all see that this is clearly operating within a daily market structure, consistently putting in higher lows, consistently making newer highs. So let's go ahead to the lower time frame chart. Now, as we've said before, we can be bullish on one time frame, bullish market structure on one time frame, like the higher time frame, but then on the lower time frame chart, we can be operating within a bearish market structure. And for the best trades, it's best to have that multi-time frame alignment, to have the market structures all going in one direction. The daily, the higher time frame charts is pretty simple. It's very simple in determining what market structure it's operating within. It's very simple. It's much cleaner than an intraday chart. And intraday chart can be a little bit messier. There's a little bit more moving parts to the intraday time frame. Now, for example, now we're on a 1 hour chart of GBP JPY. Remember, daily market structure is bullish, but during here, we were actually operating within a bearish market structure for a short period of time. Okay, so you see right here, see that we had that move lower, breaking that swing low. We had a displacement through that level. Price came up, rebalanced it, attacked the lows. So during that little pocket of time, we were operating within a bearish market structure on the 1 hour chart. Okay, now the key time that you want to keep an eye on for market structure shifts don't happen everywhere. Like, you'll have market structure shifts like we had in Asian session right there to the bearish side. You'll have market structure shifts in New York, and you'll have market structure shifts during London. You'll have it during every single session. But the key time that I like to see market structure shifts, the highest probability shifts across the board, as per what my data tells me, the highest probability market structure shifts happen during London session. They happen during London session. Because I want you to think of it like this. London sets the trend for the day going forward. A lot of times price will show its hand during London session. It'll do its little Judas swing, and then it'll have its shift in market structure right after having that Judas swing. A lot of times what you'll see after London has shown its hand coming into New York session, you'll usually in New York session, you'll get a little mini Judas swing during New York, which is really just an opportunity to get on board the London trend. So you get like a little mini Judas swing during New York session, which will basically just pull back within the range of London session. It'll look like it's headed lower, but then it'll consume its trend to the upside. That's a common scenario that you want to look for. Now, because I'll tell you right now, it's just a night and day difference whenever I have a London session back in me. Whenever I have that shift during London session, it's a night and day difference. So the highest probability market shifts are during London session. When is London session again? London session starts after midnight. All right. And the London kill zone, where you'll get a lot of these explosive moves, will be 2 to 5 a.m. Eastern time. But London session, the key time you want to look for is after midnight when we come into London. So we end Asian session, we come into London session after midnight New York until about 7 o'clock a.m. Eastern time is where you want to see that trend set, where you want to see that market structure shift. Okay. And same thing with futures as well. I like to see that in futures too. I like to see I like to see the trend set in London session. It's the same exact deal over with futures. You want to see that trend set during London, and then New York will give you an opportunity to onboard that trend. Again, 9:30 equity open is a very common time for futures, where you'll get that Judas swing to get on board the trend that's set during the London session. So what we're going to look at right here on just GBP JPY, we were operating within a bearish market structure like we've already concluded, but right here, where did this move up right here happen? See this big move up right here? Look at my cursor, look where it's moving. Those 3 candles right there. That was during London session, okay, on Friday. We had this move lower right here, which was actually in London session as well. There's midnight. There's midnight New York. All right. So we're in London session at this point. We're trading up higher. We pull back within that range up into a premium marketplace within that 1 hour range. Then we pull back and we attack the lows. This is our Judas swing. This right here, this move lower was our Judas swing. Why was this our Judas swing? Remember, the higher time frame chart is bullish. It's operating within a bullish trend, but the lower time frame market structure at this particular point is bearish. And bears that are focused solely on their lower time frame charts that aren't privy to the higher time frame, they're taking this hook, line, and sinker. It looks super bearish. Look at that big down close candle right there. Look at that strength, that velocity. They're thinking this thing's gonna drop. This is gonna give out the floor. The floor's gonna give out, right? But the higher time frame is bullish. Okay, we're testing a higher time frame level as well, and it takes out what What's resting underneath swing low levels? Sell stops, sell side liquidity. In the Judas swing, its sole intention is to take out liquidity. That's what it does right there. It takes out liquidity. That's what you want to see first. It's always best if you have that Judas swing right after midnight. Okay. Sometimes it'll happen like literally right after midnight and you'll get that Judas swing and then the shift. Sometimes it'll dilly-dally around a little bit like it did right here, where it'll just it'll happen a little bit later, like 2, 3 o'clock in that range. But right after taking that liquidity, what happens after taking that liquidity? You get a shift in market structure back to the upside. Okay. See that? That happened during London session. 4 o'clock was where it started on that ascent higher, and then it broke that high at 6 o'clock. That's London session. See how we got, is it a high probability shift? Yeah, but it has about 2 out of 3. So if you remember what we talked about earlier for high probability shifts, we want to see it. I like to see it like recently make a new low and then a really aggressive repricing higher to take out the high. That's exactly what happened here. See how it took out that low? It looked like it was going to go bearish, and then just like out of the blue, we get a nice rip up higher. That's what you want to see. You'd like to see that signature for market structure, for the highest probability market structure shifts. You also want the fair value gap confirmation. We got it. So like you have your 1, 2, 3, nothing but candle in there making our fair value gap confirmation. Okay. And it broke that high. Now, it's not a very strong close above the level, or it's not even a close. It's not a strong close above the level. It's just very wicky in here. That's not ideal. So we got 2 out of 3. All right. So kind of think of it like a tug of war match. It's still more bullish than it is bearish. You got, 2 against 1, right? So that's how you want to grade it. So we had that was the shift that happened during the London session. I love seeing that. I love having London session backing me. Okay. Then what does price do? It pulls back. When does price pull back? It pulls back during New York session. This was during New York session. Let me zoom down a little bit so we can look at it a little bit cleaner. Actual New York session is 8:30, but then 7 o'clock's New York kill zone. So right here, this actually looked very bearish at the time that I was watching this thing. Like this move down here, it looked pretty extreme. It looked very bearish, and it did look like it was going to take these equal lows. That's the Judas swing. What did I just tell you guys? You'll get Judas swings in London session, which we had right here. There was a Judas swing during London session, and we had the Judas swing during New York session as well. This is a Judas swing. Some people call it turtle soup, Judas swing, potato, same crap really. It's basically just a fake run. All right. And that fake run, it pulled back within the range that was created during the London session. See this? There was our shift during London session. Now this is split on a 15-minute. And then we had that move lower, to rebalance that price action, to pull back within that London trend that was set. Judas swing. Bears, they're looking at this. It's looking super bearish. It's just getting destroyed in here. It was super extreme selling in here for a period. And that's the bait. That's the bait that they set. Because the bears that were in here previously, they're starting to think, oh, I did get it right. It is going to sell off. Nope. You got it hook, line, and sinker. It rips up because you were fighting, because the higher time frame trend is bullish. It was coming down into a higher time frame level of support as well. And you add it all together, it's overall bullish. Okay. So that's the best time that you want to keep an eye out for high probability shifts in market structures is London session. London sets the trend. London sets the trend. Write it down if you need to. Say it a million cajillion times if you need to. London sets the trend. Look for those shifts during London session. Okay. And then New York will give you the opportunity to piggyback that trend. Some of you might be thinking, okay, Mike, but what about if I don't trade New York? What if I trade London session? Would that mean I would miss the move then, since if it happens during London session? Well, there are a couple different ways to play London session. You could take advantage of those Judas swings, but truth is, you'll still get plenty of plays, opportunities to get on board that market structure during the London session. Even I'll miss a lot of plays because I'll trade New York session, and a lot of times the moves will happen during London session. So, I mean, if you're patient, you wait for the plays, you'll get plenty of opportunities during London session. Like you'll have this shift that it'll happen early in London session. So like right after New York, you'll have your little Judas swing, then you'll have your shift, and then you'll get a retracement back within the range, all within London session, back within a discount within the London range. You'll get those plays during London session as well. For me, New York time zone works better, and that's what I like, but you'll still get opportunities like that during London session. Utilize the tips that I've given you thus far. You want that fair value gap, you want that signature, you want it making a new low, and then boom, makes a new high. And preferably you want a strong close, which I know it didn't have a strong close in this case. If you got all three, then you got a very, very high probability shift if you have all three of them. If you got 2 out of 3, that's still pretty good. 1 out of 3, not the best. It's not a very good shift if it's only got 1 out of 3. Because again, kind of think of it like a tug of war match. It's the side that has more people typically is going to overpower and come out on top. Let's think of it like that for your market structure shifts. 2 out of 3, we got our higher time frame trend, higher time frame level. More likely than not, you're going to see higher prices.